past 16 years. They won their very first test on Aussie soil in '83. They've lost the last 11. They went close the last time they played in Perth, losing 14-13 across town at Subiaco. That was in 2013. They beat the Springboks in Salter last month, so they're chasing 2 wins in the Rugby Championship season for the very first time. Very familiar sight in Super Rugby nowadays. Thomas Cabelli playing for the Brumbies.
Yeah, had a really good season with the Brumbies. Got some really good ball away. Made their backline look pretty good. Quality player, world-class player.
And Stephen Moore leads the Wallabies out. The men in goal, ranked 3rd in the world. It was great to see them celebrate a long overdue victory last week in Brisbane. And after the win over the Springboks, they hope to go back-to-back for the first time since last year's Rugby World Cup. Won the last 2 and 11 of the past 12 tests against Argentina. Special night for this man, Dean Mumm. It's his 50th test match.
Yeah, and somewhat of a controversial selection last week, but did some good work around the park. He's a hard worker on the field, Dean Mumm, and a well-deserved 50.
Well, they outscored the Pumas 8 tries to none in 2 tests in 2015. It's their 50th Rugby Championship match in Australia. Now it's time for the Welcome to Country with Barry Maguire.
Please welcome Barry Maguire, who will now deliver the Welcome to Country.
Yan ba nunak? Kobra chwa jena ka jara bola jara nguk ba yakana jara ne chi ye kian ba. Ngala ka deman ka mamon ka bala ba word ko ledi chapara nga jara non ka bina. Wal ba jara nonok. Wanjo nonok word ko jara wajok boja. Nyonga boja. Hello everybody. It's beautiful to see many nations together, sitting as one. May my ancestors come and be with us as we gather. And welcome to the lands of the Wajok people of the Nyunga nations. Wanare ga malana, wanare ga malana, boyongoda wanengo, boyongoda wanengo, wanare ga malana, boyongoda wanengo.
Well done, Barry Maguire, with his Welcome to Country.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Argentina will now be performed by Jose Cabo, followed by the Australian national anthem performed by Courtney Murphy and the Qantas Choir, featuring Australian Girls Choir.
Courtney Murphy and the Qantas Choir and Jose Cabo setting the scene around 6 p.m. local time in Perth. Magnificent evening. The Pumas, they are 1 from 13 on the road in the Rugby Championship. They've got 4 changes to the team that started against the All Blacks last week. 1 in the pack, 3 in the backs. And the Wallabies, they're on a 4-game winning streak in Perth. The last loss in the West was to South Africa back in 2009. It's the 6th and final test at home in 2016 for the Wallabies. Desperate now to finish on a high in front of their home fans, especially in the West. As we've mentioned, just the one change in the starting team this week. Rob Simmons coming back in to lock, wearing the number 4 jersey. The referee is Wayne Barnes from England. He also controlled the Rugby World Cup semi-final between Australia and Argentina at Twickenham. Australia winning that one and booking a place in the final against New Zealand. The score in that semi-final last year, Australia 29, Argentina 15.
What a cracky game it was too, Clarkie. Just brilliant stuff.
On the touch lines, Nigel Owens from Wales, Nick Bryant from New Zealand. The television match official is Ben Skeen from New Zealand. And Dean Mumm, well, when he headed over to the UK 5 or so seasons ago, we thought he wouldn't get to 50 test matches, but he's back and he's playing his 50th tonight. Congratulations to him. Made his debut against Ireland in 2008. The Rugby Championship encounter between Australia and Argentina is underway at NIB Stadium in Perth. They go deep with the kick-off, and that's a terrific run early on by the Pumas, and Kobeli carried back. It's a shocking kick, but it might work out okay. No, the bounce sits up nicely, and Bernard Foley makes it up to the 22. Getting out to Cooper, and now Rob Simmons looking to make the most of his opportunities, getting the recall this week. Flow up from fullback, Haylett Petty, quick hands, Michael Hooper got it away, and Sambu Karevi scores. An electrifying start for the Wallabies. Unbelievable. Less than a minute.
Well, some beautiful touches there from a couple of people. It was Bernard Foley that really cleaned up and just went forward. No sideways running, just running straight, and that's what a lot of those Wallaby players did to create space for the man outside them. That was Foley initially doing that hit up. Really good job to maintain possession here. The Creevy was all over him, and it was these hands here. Quick, 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 all running straight. That's what made the difference, Rod Caver. Brilliant.
Indeed it was, Philip. It was a poor clearance, wasn't it, from Argentina. If you don't get out of your half, you put yourself immediately under pressure. Poor kick. And the Wallabies capitalised. Nice little play. Like to see Quade Cooper also keep a bit straighter as well. First couple of touches, hitting just a little bit across field, but you can't fault any of the other guys. Did brilliantly well on the right.
So first opportunity to kick for goal tonight. He kicked 5 from 5 against the Springboks last week, Bernard Foley. What a start, Australia. And this one will come round nicely. Over it goes. So it is 7 points to 0. Now in the semi-final at Twickenham last year, Rob Simmons intercepted the pass and scored for Australia against Argentina. That was 1 minute and 10 seconds. Tonight, around 45 seconds.
How nice was it, Cave? So often we've seen Australia in those situations where they've thrown a cutout, but just to see it go through their hands was fantastic.
Brilliant.
Haylett Petty on his home track in Perth. Dean Mumm with a nice carry outside the 22. Carried back to Quade Cooper. He gets the kick away, and it'll come down now for the fullback to collect. Quade Cooper coming forward, a mix up there. So Cravey has it for Argentina, and reaching out is Issa, this impressive young number 8. Kobeli, Sanchez, out the back it goes, and they are bringing Lucas Gonzalez Emeracino into the play. Noel Titez Chaparro, the front rower. Sanchez, Herrera. Sanchez running onto it. Took it up from fullback Cravey. Quade Cooper holds on. Kubeli putting the faces together. Pablo Matira, 10-metre mark. Leguizamon got through the attempted tackle from Foley. Kubeli, Sanchez, Issa. Taken by his opposite number, David Pocock, who goes in digging. Can't get his hands on the pill. And there's a knock on. So after all that 9 phases, they come up with the mistake, Argentina.
So we'll just take the scrum.
Pretty good defence from the Wallabies. They were short down their right-hand side, Argentina's left, and covered for that quite well. And then were able to maintain their position. That was Leguizamon bursting through that tackle there from Foley. Hooper picked him up in the end. But a really impressive back row, Leguizamon.
Foley just caught feet lateral to each other, didn't get the split that he needed, the front foot leg drive to make good contact.
Come on, let's go.
This will be the challenge, one of them tonight. There's lots of them on offer from Argentina. Don't think that early tries the way the game's going to go. Argentina will build into this game, try to apply pressure through their scrum.
Free kick, Australia. Tap taken quickly by Genia. Cooper wants it the other side, gives it to the try scorer Karevi. Puts on some footwork and taken by Moroni. And the penalty goes to Argentina. Isolated on the far side.
I thought you all leant forward and pre-engage. Just here, fellas. Yeah, pre-engage. Just keep your balance.
We heard that discussion, pre-engagement in the scrum. Here, really good play there from Moroni to get over the top of the ball.
So a good attacking opportunity from the line-out for Argentina.
Wallabies haven't been great in their defensive line-out all year. They've got an opportunity now to see if they can get people in the air. 3 jumpers.
And Simmons couldn't quite get his hands to it before Otago Desio. They keep it alive, and now the drop attempt from Sanchez was charged down by Hooper. It's a maul.
That's a ball!
And will it come out of there for Argentina? No. It's Australia's ball. Kepu. Sekope Kepu. Offloads Reece Hodge. Karevi
10 metres if necessary.
kicking. Something we don't really see from Karevi. But in the end, it just held up nicely. A metre out from the in-goal area, so Argentina had to play it.
Wallabies just couldn't find their shape back in the attack there after that quick turnover ball. Did pretty well.
Stephen Moore, 109th Test match. One at the back. Pocock gives it to Genia. Quade Cooper. Inside ball! Dane Haylett Petty on his home track. You little beauty! Try time, Australia. The inside ball. What a cracker.
Really good decoy running from the Wallabies. Perfectly executed move from the back of the line out. I'm going to leave it to you, Kate, to call this one. It's your territory here.
Thank you, Philip. What a great line-out. I saw them practice this time and time again in the warm-up. Throw to the back. It's a decoy run from Samu Karevi from outside centre. And it's the pace and that ability to win the ball at the back of the line-out which allows you 10 to really jump on a flat ball, come forward and catch the opposition and split them as he did. Quade Cooper, really nicely timed run, nicely timed ball. And it's a good finish from Dane Haylett Petty, no doubt about that. Iglesias getting caught on the split with Sanchez.
And so many times, Kate, we've seen our dummy runners not being effective. They just haven't looked like they're going to get the ball at all. But Karevi really caught the attention of the defenders then, created that space.
So Bernard Foley. 8.5 minutes gone. Already his second conversion attempt. flags go up. Australia up by 14 points to 0. So much for those wearing gold to cheer about early on.
Wasn't the greatest throw, was a little bit short from Steve Moore. You look at Karevi there, he's never a player you could leave, ever, in the defensive line. You know he's such a huge threat, a big man, a powerful man. You're going to watch him. And when he ran that line, he stuck. Created the decoy.
Well, that's good work at the restart now by Argentina.
Well, we saw a team last week down by 14 points after about the same period of time, and they came back and won. And it was the Wallabies, so don't count Argentina out of this.
Now, Leguizamon is down in back play, and he's not happy. The veteran back rower, and there's a knock on by Argentina, so they've got real problems early on in Perth, Argentina. An injury concern here for one Manuel Leguizamon. He's the most capped in the squad. 71st Test match tonight.
Yeah, he just went over on his ankle there, clipped the foot of Issa. Just there, just got a kick in the foot from Issa.
Gee, that's real unfortunate, but he's on his feet, so he's going to try and run the soreness out.
He'll be right.
He recovered from a calf injury to make it back into the team this week. 3 World Cups, 07, 2011 and 2015 for the number 7.
Hold on balance, please. Okay, not too far. Hey.
And Michael Checker coached him at Stade Francais.
Thank you. He's okay, Steve. It's fine. Last one.
Heavier pack this week for Australia.
Crouch.
Front row's about the same.
And the penalty goes to Australia.
It's really clear.
Number 3 is the big
And
man
that's
from...
fine. What's not fine
That's
is when
Creevy
they
there, but
actually go into
Herrera's
fully engaged.
123 kilo.
They can do
He's
what
the
they
big
want with
unit in the
their feet, but they can't fully
Argentine
engage.
scrum. He's got them second time for early engagement.
The Wallabies have a Argentine scrum doctor, Mario Ledesma. He is the 4th most capped Puma all time. 84 tests from 1996 to 2011 as we have a look at the Wallabies bench, and keep an eye on number 18 and number 20. Robertson and Tamani, they're in a race to become Wallaby number 898. So Quade Cooper gives it to Foley, short ball for Lau. Had the hands free, but just couldn't link up. It's a terrific opportunity again, but no, the penalty goes to Argentina. Good work at the breakdown by the Pumas.
Gee, Creevy, that's brilliant.
Right, no, straight on the ball for me.
Some concern from the captain Creevy about the backline defence. Folau bursts through that front line. Needed better support. Bernard Foley misses the clean out. In a good position, but just missed the threat.
Very good field position, so wasted opportunity by Australia. And Cravey looks to find the target in the line-out. And again, he goes to Ortega Desio. Sanchez hit hard, towed through. Genia races on. Who's going to get the bounce? Genia! Genia gets the bounce. Genia gets another 5-pointer. Australia.
Knock on.
First thing, please, Benny. Possible knock-on in the tackle. And if not, then checking grounding.
Right, a couple of things to look
try
at.
no try scenario. Looking at potential knock-on and then grounding.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Yeah, I don't think there was an issue with the grounding, but certainly may have been an issue here.
No.
Oh.
From that angle, it looked
So
like
that-
Gedia's hand did not touch the ball.
No,
So
hit
that
his
is
forearm.
fine. We're going to play on from there, please.
Yeah.
That's part of the tackle.
Yeah, we agree. It's not hit his arm. It's hit the arm of the Argentinian player, but not the ball. We agree with that, Benny?
So now it's all eyes on the grounding. The ball setting up for Genia, and
Oh no, he's
And
got
do I
that,
have
no
an end
problem.
on of that, please?
we'll have to check the end on.
Happy with the grounding, looks all right too.
He holds on to it. He controls it. It should be
he
a try.
did. That's
Thank you, I have a
magnificent.
decision.
Yeah, mate, so just to talk it through, first one, no knock-on. It's hit the arm, it's not hit the ball. And then grounding's fine for us.
That's correct, Wayne. You
So
may
we'll
award the try.
Thanks very much.
Well, Cabelli almost got his arm in there.
No knock on.
Yeah, no, one of the Argentine players arguing with Wayne Barnes. I think it was pretty clear from the video. Showed some good speed there. Speed did get in. He's been in great form, Cafe, hasn't he?
He's been back to his absolute best. Obviously, not a great deal of rugby. Bernard Foley will be looking to knock this one over.
And it's successful. It's 21 points to 0. Now, the Wallabies' most first-half points this season was 18 against England, and that was at Allianz Stadium in Sydney back in June. So in one quarter, 13 minutes, they put on 21 points, Rod. Incredible.
They're playing some good rugby to start. They've got to keep it going. Well done from Dane Harlett-Petty.
But if there is an issue, it is the restarts, because Argentina come up with it again. Cabelli, the Pumas looking to hit back, and Issa. Good carry, taken by Sio. Out the back it goes now. And that is Gonzalez Iglesias. A high shot there, careless.
Your penalty, yeah, exactly.
As I look down to Caton's stats, I reckon Foley's kicked 10 out of 10 now, or 9 out of 9. He's got to be up around there.
Well, it was 5 from 5 last week.
5 from 5 last week, was it? I thought it was 6. Okay. That's great to see him back in kicking form as well.
Nice to know an old hooker is keeping an eye on a goal kicker.
They look really fresh, the Wallabies, as well. They're real spring in the step. It's sometimes good you score a try early, and it gives you momentum and confidence. Sometimes you score a try early and you go to sleep. That hasn't happened here for the Wallabies. Can they get some defensive line-out pressure?
No.
Can the Pumas come up with some points? Dean Mumm did well to come through legally. But they got rid of him. And they continue to rumble. And now Cabelli comes away with it. Taken by Coleman. Pick and go here by Pablo Matera. And this is better by the Pumas.
Hands up, 5 goal, get your hands up.
Yeah, this is the strength of their game. They love this tight stuff.
It pops out. Ortega. Desio can't find a way through. Now Leguizamon. Couple of metres short. Pocock tries to get his hands on it.
Hold back, feet.
Cabelli. Issa through the dummy. Simmons and Coleman hold on to him. Cabelli tries to burrow his way through.
He's offside.
Advantage is being played for Argentina.
Your advantage, Argentina.
Matera. Oh, so close.
Okay, no advantage. He's on his feet. Just going back there, offside.
So it is going to be a penalty to Argentina.
Offside, first offence.
Injury concern for number 5, Matias Alemano.
Good penalty to give away for the Wallabies. Really good penalty under pressure. No problems. You just don't want to get tries scored against you when you're up by 21. There's the Brumbies teammate, Scotty Sio, was all over that. Was offside. But he knew that Thomas Cabelli likes that little dart. And then this is the right idea from the Wallabies. Compete heavily. You've already given the penalty away. Compete, compete. Don't let them score the try. Give them the shot at goal if they want it at 21-3. Turn around and go back and play the game you've been playing for the last 15 minutes.
Wallabies worked really hard in defence there. Argentina were good then. They kept going forward. They got over the advantage line most times. Not an easy team to defend against.
They look like there's a real element of trust in the Wallabies' defence. The first few weeks they'd been poor. See here the ball popping up. Stacks on, and I think that's where the injuries occurred. Alemano at the bottom.
Just one for us.
Just as we wait for play to resume. The Wallabies leading into this test had only scored 3 tries in the Rugby Championship matches so far. So 3 tries overall in 3 matches. Now already they've got 3 in this encounter. The Pumas in 2 matches last year against Australia did not score a 5-pointer.
Here they go, Argentina backing themselves back in their drive. Kernsey, do we put someone up in the line out here, the Wallabies?
No.
Stay on the ground and
stay
drive.
on the ground and drive.
So they win it at the front. And then
knock
a
on from
mistake.
Argentina.
They try to move. It didn't come off. And now Hooper gives it to Karevi. Floats one over.
Didn't need the cutout.
And Falau into touch.
No, advantage over.
Advantage is over. Wallabies, had a bit of push and shove. And the wrestling going on over on the far side. Players running in from everywhere. Plenty of feeling at LIB Stadium in Perth.
There's a stupid bit of niggle there from one of the Argentine back 3. Couldn't see whether it was Cordero or Tucalet. And then Quade Cooper added his considerable bulk to the fray.
Okay, 1 second.
Just needed to go through the hands there. That made it easy for the Argentine defence to come across.
Can you just take your team? Let me just have a quick
Needed hands, and a great job from Maroney and Cordero to get over there. They wouldn't let, that's Maroney.
You can look back to that and you won't pick anything out.
I
think that's all that's causing is 15 goal probably didn't release the ball when the touch, and you had 2 or 3 Argentinian players over him trying to get the ball off him. So that's what's caused it all. And
we got lots of players running in as well.
And after that, I can't. I think you'd be wasting your time looking back through all that. I couldn't see anything.
Yeah. So what we've got goal 15 not giving up the ball. Lots of players. Lots of players running in. Lots of players running in. So we'll talk to the captain about running in, and we'll penalise goal for not releasing the ball. Yeah.
Wow.
So the penalty will go to Argentina.
Gus. Just to let you know, you're going to get the penalty, okay? But fellas, right, first of all, goal's been taken into touch. He's got to give up the ball because we're both trying to play a really high-tempo game, so we need that to kind of everyone to buy into that. But what we can't have in afterwards is players running it. And if that happens again, people won't be selling a bit. So the first penalty is against 15 for not releasing the ball in 15. But please, just go and have a word about running it. Is that okay? It's going to be penalty in 15, but I'm going to let you have time to just go and speak to your players. Augustine, can you just speak to your players about running in?
It's all very polite, wasn't it?
Experienced referees, Wayne Barnes, Nigel Owens,
Penalty.
assistant referee. Good decision.
Yeah, Argentina will have another crack, probably kick it into the corner here again.
But you're right, Kernsey, that cut pass, those moments in test matches.
Goal 10, please. Go on your touching.
Samu Karevi's had some great moments in this series, and he's getting better and better with every game. But it's little elements like that where hands will do it. Just put it through the hands. It's a tiny bit of inexperience. And Israel Folau, his preferred running side's not the left side of the field. Loves it on the right side. Rarely wins his collision. Doesn't win as many collisions on the left. Lost that one, bundled into touch.
Tries have been very hard to come by for Argentina when they play the Wallabies. They were outscored 8 tries to none in 2 matches last year. So can they break that drought? Cavalli, the Gizamon ankle looks to be okay. Cavalli again. Sanchez holds it up brilliantly for Cordero. Good tackle, Karevi. They go to the right, not a great pass, and it's been trapped back there and then knocked on. And offside. So the penalty, a relieving penalty for Australia.
Yeah, Argentina in 2 minds there about whether to go left or right. And he looked left, passed right, which gave the Wallaby defence an extra second or 2 to push up.
Not for me, just a contest.
Good defence.
Kernsey, you mentioned it. Good defence. It was Samu Karevi. I just mentioned him with an error, and then he comes up with a beautiful defensive play to read and to come back against that little inside play. Leguizamon gets caught there. Player in front, and the Wallabies get out of jail. Dealt with that pressure well over over the last couple of minutes. 3 penalties. Samu Karevi did really well in defence.
Good line-out win by the Wallabies, and Cooper gives it to Foley, and now it is Hodge. He pops one back to nobody, and it is cleaned up by Foley in the nick of time.
Did well then, Bernard Foley.
Now it's Simmons.
Manage over from the little knocker.
Cooper, and Halen Petty, he makes a mess of that one. He was under some pressure.
Great job from
Now the
Ortega
kick over the
Decio.
top. And the mark is claimed by Genia. Takes it quickly. And now he gets it out to Hodge.
Touch right.
Wobbly old kick. And it finds touch.
No, you kicked.
Yeah, a bit of a charge down there. There was some open space down deep that Genia was going to aim for. But then that defender
Watch
moved
fellas.
up too
Watch
quickly. Had to give the ball out to Hodge.
Okay, but he's right on top of it.
Both teams clearly coming to play. I mentioned it early around Quade Cooper. Still, when I'm looking across this back line, what I want to see is I want to see Quade square to the line and coming forward. At the moment, all I can see is the number on his back as he's heading across field a little bit too much for mine. Just needs to straighten up and push forward. When he does that, it's so much better for the outside backs, and he's such a threat.
Look at the stats from last week. Line break assists, tackle bust, offloads, runs.
Okay, I'll give you time. Who's that? How many are going to be?
He's 4 from 4 against the Pumas. No defeat so far in his career.
When he threw that little ball coming off the back of the line out for the try earlier on, the Dane Howlett-Petty try, that's when he's at his best, when he's square and he's coming at the line and he's got options either way. If he drifts on his pass, it really impacts the players outside him.
Another line-out win, that time from Coleman, who's calling the line-out. Went backwards, and now Quade Cooper has to put on a bit of footwork to buy a bit of time. And the Pumas charge in, and that's terrific work by the captain, Gravy. Sloppy play, Australia. Sanchez, Matera. And Samu Karevi makes the tackle. He gets up and goes again. Cavelli, Sanchez. Running onto it is Taz Shaparo. Does well to stay in the field of play. Facundo Issa, Leguizamon floats it out, knocked on. And Australia have it.
Big chance here to run.
It's not out. Larkin, Tucalet.
Come off the ball clearly, please.
Penalty to Argentina.
And off the.
Well, Rod, they're trying hard to get back into this game, the Pumas. But they need to come up with some points. They've had a lot of territory, haven't they?
They have. It's only 20 minutes old, this game. It feels like it's almost should be half-time, the amount of action that there's been in it. Just 20 minutes in. Normally in test matches, teams just exploring each other. It's been full on.
Yeah, well, Argentina have had 70% of the possession and 82% of the field position. So they're down 21 points.
Inside ball for Lucas Gonzalez Amorosito.
Terrific tackle.
Ramiro Herrera. Cavelli. Sanchez.
So's that. Hodge.
But the penalty goes against Australia.
Arrive up, please. Be careful. Okay, so August, we got it. No worries, no worries, no worries. No, it's not a yellow. No, it's not a yellow. Penalty, yeah. Go for
Great
goal.
shot from
Arrive
Reece
up,
Hodge.
please, too.
We saw him make one last week. That's great front foot, right shoulder. Right foot, the driving foot in nice and close and gets his whole weight behind it. Excellent technique.
I'm sure what that penalty was for. Was it Stephen Moore off his feet, perhaps? Or?
Yes. Stephen Moore flopped onto that ruck right in front of Wayne Barnes, having nothing of it.
Well, the Argentines have been frustrated not being able to score from their rolling maul at line-out time. So they've resorted to the points. Just get some on the board, get some confidence.
Sanchez from in front opens the scoring. He's 4th on the all-time point scoring list for Argentina. 432 points now. 17 points against the All Blacks last week. kick. 5 from 5 in that Rugby World Cup semi-final against Australia. He's a sharpshooter.
David Pocock being strapped up, his forearm or wrist. Foley and Genia having a little chat about what kick they're going to do here.
Okay, when you're ready.
Great to see the Wallabies withstand that considerable amount of pressure they've been under. Only concede the 3 points. Last 10 minutes or so, they've been under all sorts of pressure. Now they get an opportunity to relieve it. Look for maybe the short kick here for Adam Coleman.
Israel Folau ready to chase as well. Very good in the air, as we know. But goes fairly deep with it. It'll come down on the 22 and
backwards,
they went backwards. So it's play on for Argentina. Cravey, their inspirational captain. 24th Test as captain now, Augustine Cravey.
That's a tackle and away!
He was almost going to blow the whistle and penalise Australia. Sanchez.
Oh, he's done well there.
Took it out to Leguizamon. Went backwards again. And Cavelli. And that's a penalty. Deliberate knockdown.
No chance of catching it. No chance of catching it.
We're seeing a lot of that now. If you're going to go for the intercept, you're going to have to catch it, because if it's deliberate, whether it's knocked down or knocked up, it doesn't matter. If you don't regain it, they're going to ping you.
Don't mind that, Clark. I don't mind that. I think players, you know, too often we see players just get away with that. He was genuinely going for it, Reece Hodge, no doubt about it. But fair enough, if the refs are going to call it, consistently call it, no problems.
Good take again, Ortega Decio. Cravey. Hooper went low. Pocock over the top, can't just get his hands on it.
Always available.
Iglesias. Thought he spotted a gap, it soon closed. Moore makes a tackle.
Just the quick ball movement from the Argentine forward starting to happen, linking with their backs well. You can see the way they're offloading. Beautiful.
Brilliant work. This is Matthias Moroni, number 13. He went to Rio and played sevens for Argentina. Advantage being played. And Amorosino keeps it on the toe, but was into touch. So we'll come back, and there's another opportunity maybe for Sanchez to bang over another goal.
So I remember at that semi-final, Clarkie, at the World Cup, how spent the Australian guys were with the phenomenal amount of tackling that they had to do. The tackle count now, the Wallabies have made about 50, 11 to Argentina.
You've got them there, okay?
Wallabies are actually defending really well. They're getting there very, very well. David Pocock on that ball for a long period of time. That's how Wayne Barnes referees, though. He doesn't mind teams really having a crack at it. Wants to referee an attacking game, doesn't give the penalty easily to the defensive team. You've got to be on it, and on it for a long time.
Look at those penalties being conceded by the Wallabies, and look at the boot of Sanchez off the woodwork, and it is into touch. We'll have a line out. Australia throwing into the line out. Talking about the Wallabies defence, after missing 30-plus tackles in the 3 previous tests, the Wallabies missed just 12 last week against the All Blacks. So the stats are on the upward trend. Good line-out win again. Now Pocock, head down. Leguizamon makes the tackle. Cravey goes in digging. Back to Foley. He'll find touch on the 22.
Wallabies just kicking has been poor tonight, out of hand, just not being able to get any distance or find any grass in their kicks.
That's his pace. Here we go. What's the front? What's the front?
Cravey, overthrow, picked up by Genia. And Hodge out to Quade Cooper. Had Folau on the outside. Didn't link up.
He was covered.
Now it's Coleman. Went in pretty high, but he goes to ground. Genia, box kick. wanting to play it at the other end for a while. And a good take.
Not complete.
Tukalet goes to ground. Cavelli. Batira. Got rid of CO, but not Coleman.
Another good hit from Coleman.
Sanchez.
Romano came in with a shoulder.
And away!
Now running onto it. Folau. Israel Folau tried to run over the top of them. Good defence, though, by Gonzalez Iglesias. To the short side they go. And stolen by Argentina. Play on.
Play on, nothing forward.
Terrific work.
Don't go in there. Thank you.
Pumas have a man down in back play as the forwards have a rumble. And now the backs chime in. Sanchez and Leguizamon is out here on the left wing, and Halen Petty makes a tackle, but the ball goes backwards from Gravy to Moroni.
Okay, knock on in the tackle.
Knock on in the tackle.
Just hold, don't go in there. Hold.
Still a man down out wide for Argentina as Sanchez flings one over. Not a great pass, but the bounce was good for Tukalet. He's taken by Foley initially.
Do you need me to stop? Okay, you're right on top of it. Take your time.
And the referee had no other option, really. He had to halt play there.
Bit too close. Bit too close.
It's the inside centre, Santiago Gonzalez Iglesias.
Here's the turnover here. Dean Mumm takes the ball up. Tackler gets to his feet. Ortego Decio it was. Israel not used to being in those dark places. As Alemano plonks the shoulder down on him again.
Fellas, there was a knock on originally and it's a bit in a better position, so we'll go back to there. It's a bit further upfield.
Wallabies defensively putting enough pressure on the forced mistakes in the hands of the Argentines. A few passes going to ground that didn't happen last week.
In a tackle.
Bit of blood there from the lip of Adam Coleman as well.
Australia defending really,
so
really well.
21 points to 3, Rob.
Yeah, Clark, I was saying that they're defending really, really well. They're a little bit tighter in defence. Their spacing's good, and they're trusting the players on their inside, giving Argentina a little bit space. That they've recognised that the threat's the inside
Argentina ball. Let's be disciplined on that ball, please.
So in and around the rucks, they're a little bit tighter together, leaving space on the outside and then covering it with their line speed and just their ability to shift in defence. A bit like the old sort of drift defence. Not as much forward line speed from the Wallabies, much more lateral, but very, very effective so far this season.
Must be getting a little frustrating for the Wallabies not being able to get their hands on the ball for any period of time.
Penalty goes against Australia and taken quickly by Issa, who throws the dummy.
Lovely dummy.
No, he's okay.
Cavelli monstered there by Coleman. Matera.
Hands away now! You're off feet! Off your feet, off your feet.
Gravy. Pocock goes in digging. Comes back eventually for Cavelli. Matera. Ambrosino. Matera. Chaparro. Sanchez, Cravey in midfield. Good tackle from Hodge.
Tackler,
Copybook
no
stuff.
Geez, hitting well. Bruce Hodge, his timing's perfect on his tackle.
Tito Chaparro again. Sanchez throws it out, duck back, and good running line there from Moroni, but the Wallabies shut him down. Cabelli, Sanchez showing, and then he threw it straight into one of the Wallabies, and it's been cleaned up now by Gonzalez Iglesias.
Good tackle, Stephen Moore.
Chaparro, in fact, the captain, Cravey. Cabelli took a length. Good defence, Australia. Right on halfway. 13th phase. Not really going anywhere. Herrera. Guizamon, switch of play. Setting up for Eboracino. Michael Hooper got his boot to it. He was the tackler, but not the penalty.
Andrew, next one goes to the bin.
Oh.
Wow, okay, team warning here.
Andrew, you swung around. Swung around.
The next defender will be in the bin.
Close, but not enough. You've got to, Steve, you've got to survive the clean out. You haven't survived the clean out, so that's what the penalty, okay?
So Sanchez puts it into touch about 25 metres out from the Australian line. A try within the first minute to Samu Karevi. Then Haylett Petty scored beside the posts, and then Genia scored.
Yeah, Michael Checker's frustration obvious. What's happening at the breakdown?
It was a tough penalty against Michael Hooper. He was clearly bound. He was being held. Both of them held. He got swung around, had a lash at the boot, which he's entitled to do if he's bound in the ruck. Tough penalty on him. Wallabies still defending really, really well.
Santiago Gonzalez Iglesias has left the field. Concussion test, we're told. That's the number 12 for Argentina as the Pumas have it again inside Australian territory. Still looking for their first try. Issa goes to ground. Sanchez, there's the replacement. Escarate.
No run.
Cabelli needed a runner. Now he pops it up. Eboracino into the 22.
Oh, that's a great offload
Issa,
there. And
and now Herrera. Cabelli. The terror. Argentina throwing everything at the Wallabies. And they'll come back, and now we're going to go to the bin. Someone is in the bin.
Man off the ball.
He warned them.
Tackle the man without the ball.
Tackle the man without the ball in the next penalty. And he was in the bin. And it happened to be Scott Seo.
Gee, some great ball movement from Argentina there. Just their offloads. Superb. Good support lines from depth from their support players. Sanchez will try and get some more points on the board before half-time.
Because you can tell the rhythm's coming in their game, isn't it, for Argentina? All of a sudden, the weight of possession start to tell on the Wallabies. Still defending very well, though.
Sanchez, no problem with that one. So it's 21 points to 6. Australia over Argentina.
They will be frustrated, the Wallabies, by not having their hands on the ball, but at the same time that confidence in defence will continue to build the more they have to defend, and the less holes that they let through and the less ball runners. So the Wallabies, there is upside in their defence just continuing to build.
Wallabies have conceded 11 penalties, Argentina 2. Coming into this match, Argentina had the worst record. They were the most penalised team in the Rugby Championship. So far they've been able to keep their discipline in order, but not the Wallabies.
Yeah. As Rod said before, some of them are a bit harsh.
All 11 of them?
Not all 11.
And it sits up for Karevi.
Knock on, just lost forward.
And lost forward by Argentina. So Simmons, they're down a man, so they want to hang on to this pill for a while, and it's Falau who gives it to nobody. Quade Cooper has to go back, and they rush up and shut him down on halfway. Adam Coleman picked up and driven into the advertising right on halfway. Genia. Now Stephen Moore. And Quade Cooper puts it on the toe, and it sits up, and it's there for Dane Haylett-Petty. Got it away. Folau inside the 22. Cooper, flat pass. Dean Mumm running onto it and lost forward. Knock on.
All right,
so as we said, Argentina starting to string some passes together. Not so the Wallabies, Rod.
Long period without the ball. Lovely little kick from Quade Cooper. Dane Haylett-Petty definitely having his best test match back here at home in Perth. He's made some great tackles out on the right so far tonight. Dean Mumm in his 50th. Good tackle on Dean. A little bit of pressure there from Matera. A little fumble, and now the pressure will come. James Slipper on. Pocock will come off as the front row change gets made because of the sin binning.
Just lacked a little bit of composure, Rod, then in attack. I think we were so surprised to have our hands on the ball. We thought, geez, we've got to do something with it and score a try. We've got to start to build something, build the attack rather than expect we're going to score off every phase.
That's right. Just take some time when you don't have momentum just to get it back. Wallabies just need to go back to the things they were doing early on, which was good, hard, straight running. He's been really impressive for me. Reece Hodge so far tonight.
Yeah.
Tackle technique is absolutely perfect.
Spot on.
Front foot leg drive. He's an absolute special as a long-term midfield back for the Wallabies.
Okay, we said before
so comfortable.
We were going to get these scrums working.
And
there's too much movement.
And his third appearance.
And then settle.
Played a lot of junior rugby at fly half, so he's very adept at playing in the midfield. He's defending at 12.
Engage and settle.
Quade Cooper's on the open wing in defence, and Reece Hodge comes in. You can see him there with Bernard Foley, who's defending in the typical fly half position. But it's great to have a physical presence in that midfield. When he's there, he makes some stinging hits.
Cavalli puts it in. Argentina a man up, but that's a pretty good scrum by the Wallabies. But Cavalli has it now, and the pass didn't go to ground, and it went forward in the end.
That's forward from 15 on the floor.
Just as they thought they were away.
22 blue. Yeah.
Tremendous tackle from Will Kenny. Another good read. There's been any number of Wallabies who've had these moments where they could get exposed, and in games gone by would have been exposed. That's a great tackle.
Okay, so we get gold ball. Let's go.
Oh, yes. The frustration of it all for Daniel Awakade and his assistants.
He won't be panicking too much. He's seen his team do plenty of attacking. He'll be knowing the Wallabies will be a little tired with all the defence that they've had to do.
Gonzalez Iglesias, number 12, has passed his concussion test. He's back out there.
Set.
A little over 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Australia 21, Argentina 6. Genia puts it in. And one against the feed. Terrific work. And now, Easy says, see you later to Cooper. And Cravey, Sanchez, here's Iglesias. Sanchez. Coleman and Moore make the tackle. Matera just hovering around halfway. Tito Chaparro. Moroni. Again, Coleman comes in over the top. Quick recycle, though, and Sanchez to Cravey. And he flicks one out the back. Good work. Taker. Desio. Sanchez. A little static out there now. And Herrera makes the tackle, or takes the tackle.
Coleman doing a phenomenal amount of work in defence.
Issa, Moroni, Quade Cooper made the tackle in the end. this is what they're good at, just stringing the phases together.
With all the ball they've had, Argentina, only 4 kicks in the game from them.
Bernard Foley limping in back play over on the far side.
Bad miss from Dean Mum there.
Oh, and then a mistake. And Rob Simmons picks it up.
Chance to go for the Wallabies.
And Genia fires it out to Dane Hallepetty.
Oh, no.
Again, not able to find grass, and Tukalet runs it back. He's such a dangerous player. That's the 10-metre mark. Cabelli and Cordero, Leguizamon, inside ball is forward. Cordero, call back.
Well, that's been the only fault tonight, really, Cape, in Hallepetty's game, is his kicking. His running and his tackling has been very, very good, and his ball handling.
It's about decisions when you turn the ball over and what you take and what you make. If you're going to kick in that situation, and I think he would have been able to, I can't recall if the ruck was inside the 22 or not, but if it was, you've got to find touch.
No, it was outside.
Outside. So the option's not to kick. It's to try to hold on to the ball, because if you're just giving it back to then get attacked on again, you've just used so much juice in defending for phase after phase after phase, and you give them then unstructured ball and an opportunity to attack again. It's really not what your team wants. Coleman's had a storming game. He has been, Kearns, he's so impressive.
Oh, yeah. He's been amongst everything. His defence as well. He hasn't had many chances to run. The Wallabies haven't had many chances to run, but his defence has been fantastic. Making 2 or 3 tackles in a row around the edge of the ruck. Work rate, fantastic.
Has that sore lip. He's been drinking through a straw for most of the week, we're told. And it's opened up again, but it won't concern him. Plays his rugby on this pitch for the Western Force in Super Rugby. Adam Coleman, his father played for Tonga. He's now a try scorer as well. His maiden test try last week against the Springboks.
Let's keep on right foot left of the mark. That foot, not left, right one. Right one. Okay, it's still going to be right to the mark. Okay, let's go then. Forward.
More pressure for the Wallabies to withstand, though.
94 runs from Argentina tonight, only 4 kicks. It's an astonishing statistic.
Shoulder, thank you. Crouch.
So, can they win this scrum?
Set.
98 tackles to 21 from the Wallabies.
Oh, he's going to have a reset.
Okay. Okay, just this space, both teams now. Space, both teams.
Wallabies are trying to have a real crack at Argentina here. The last scrum on Argentina's ball wasn't a bad one from the Wallabies.
Thanks, mate.
Made the Argentine ball a bit dirty.
Yeah, hold your weight.
That occasion they probably put the shove on a bit early, and Argentina eased off a bit.
Crouch.
Reece Hodge packing down. Blindside flanker. Because they're a man down with Scott Seo in the bin.
Wallabies wanting to get on the front foot here so they can get some clean ball.
And Genia waits for us to steady and then puts it in. Here's the shove coming from Argentina. Picked up at the back.
Ball is out.
The ball is out.
No hands.
You'd think that the Wallabies might get their hands on it and just want to put it into touch. Out it goes to Craig Cooper. He kicks it into the crowd on the far side at NIB Stadium in Perth. And that is half-time in the Rugby Championship encounter. The Wallabies, after that electrifying start that tries to Karevi, Hallepetty and also Genia, they're out to 21-0. 2 penalties to the Pumas to get the scoreboard ticking over for them. So at half-time, 21 points to 6. The Wallabies over Los Pumas. 3 tries to none. Still a long way to go, though. Let's go to Rod Caper.
I'm here with Quade Cooper. Quite a lot of defence in that first half.
Yeah, it was good at the start, though. We threw a lot at them, got some points. We've just been defending our rings off there, so it's been good attitude. We're giving away too many penalties, so picked that up second half.
A couple of nice moments in attack early on. Chris, really good stuff off the line out.
Yeah, good, exactly what we practiced, and we knew the momentum would shift at some stage, so to pick that up, back up for us and come back out second half.
Go and enjoy it. Half time.
the Wallabies leading 21-6 at half-time here in Perth. What it started was 21-0 after 13 minutes. So we talked pre-game about what a win can do for the confidence, and we saw the Wallabies playing with that freedom and that belief in that first half. What about the defence, though? I mean, there was a lot happening in attack early on, but really it was a half built on defence. Is that the best defensive effort you've seen from the Wallabies in 2016?
It has been the best defensive effort this year. It's been outstanding. They've had to make 98 tackles out there today against Argentina's 22. The continuity of play, right from the start, the Wallabies were on song. This is in the first minute of the game. They've got the ball, Karevi goes through, pass from Hooper, very even pass, and then he got the ball over and scored the try. Straight to the line out, trying a move. George, this is a move we've used many years ago.
Yeah, it's a beautiful set piece playoff for you. It looks like it's going to be like the old Willie away off the back of the line out. They play long pass, short pass, very hard to defend. That was a beautifully worked try, and they needed that to have that real confidence in their play. And then Will Genia off the back of the line out, great defensive pressure, and then showed great skills here at top pace to get a bouncing ball. Perfect start from the Wallabies.
What's good about it is the Wallabies are reacting. They're doing something good, but they're not stopping and taking a photo of themselves. They just keep going and do the next thing well.
Tries to Will Genia, Samu Karevi and Dane Haylett-Petty. Bernard Foley is 3 from 3. Nicholas Sanchez is 2 from 3 penalties, so 21-6 to the home side at half-time. A lot of the new faces in this Wallaby side making an impact, and none more so than Samu Karevi, certainly his best half of Test football.
Well, Samu Karevi, he's had a really good introduction into the Test football. I think what you see is his running game, but also his decision making. You know, he's carrying the ball. That one we spoke about, that could have gone through the hands. That's also the people around him communicating. But defensively, he's moving very well laterally, Ealesy.
There's been a couple of shots of him too, doing a lot more talking out there on the field, and that makes a difference. They need to be communicating. Stephen Larkham there will be really drilling him about how to get that continuity back. They've been on the back foot a bit, just defending in the last 20 minutes of this half. He'll be saying, when we get the ball, we want to hold on to it and force them to have to make tackles.
Now, there's some stats here that drive home just how much defence the Wallabies have had to do.
Well, you can see that, can't you? 76% versus 24%. They've had no ball. They haven't had much time in possession. So the ball they've had, the Wallabies, they've used really well. Some of that forced through pressure, but they've used that ball really well. And also the line breaks. They're the only team which has created line breaks, and they've turned that into points, as well as their handling. Their handling's been very good. With the limited ball they've had, they've used it. So we spoke about accuracy at the beginning, didn't we, Ealesy? And they've shown that in the first half with this scoreline.
Yeah, forcing the Argentinians, taking the ball forward. They're making a lot of good yards through their Argentina, but they have made those handling errors. The Wallabies now in the change room, they're going to have to work out a way to stop the continuity of the Pumas when they're out there taking the ball forward, because if you don't stop that, you're going to be defending all day. They're going to find breaks, they're going to get through, they're going to score a try here or there probably.
So the Wallabies leading here 21 points to 6. They've got to keep playing because they will know that Argentina will come again in the second half. Back to NIB Stadium in Perth next.
They have had to do plenty of tackling, no doubt about that. Will Genia has been very good again in the opening 40. So in the first half tonight, the Wallabies have made 98 tackles. Now, the most tackles they've made in a complete test this season was 142 against New Zealand at ANZ Stadium. So they're already up to 98. And they've made less than 100 tackles in 3 of the 6 tests this season. So just can't get their hands on the pill, especially in that second 20 of the first half. And Argentina certainly had the momentum, but they still haven't been able to score a try. Tryless in 2 tests against Australia in 2015, including the Rugby World Cup semi-final. So second half underway, and Sanchez gives it a bit of hang time, and good safe take by Coleman. Michael Hooper at the back there. Gets it back to Genia. Quade Cooper, double pump, and now Dean Mumm.
Out of way, tackler!
A little isolated there. Tackle made by Alamano. And the props. A little bit of interchange there between Kepu. And it's been repped out ripped out. Kepu and also Slipper, the two props at the moment. CO still in the bin. But that was a loose carry, and now Sanchez giving it to Alemano. And Hodge almost got his hands on it. Sanchez coming up from fullback is Tukulet. Good strong carry, Gizamon.
See, I'll tell you what, Alemano is going to have to watch himself. The referees and touchies are going to have to look at him just flopping his shoulders and driving into elbows into other players.
This is Bertera, and he's isolated. And yes, right in front of the referee there. Great work, James Slipper.
Yeah, well done.
Well, let's go sidelined out. Rod Cape. Rod, terrific conditions for this sort of rugby.
Perfect conditions. Breeze has died down a little bit now. It was favouring the Wallabies a little bit in the first half. Reece Hodge is now going to whack one with really no breeze in any direction. Gets a nice strike on it again and peels off 35 or 40 metres. Puts the Wallabies back into a good position. They're just taking their time now, as you do with the man in the bin, to get to the line-out. The line-out's been really functional tonight, Kernsey, hasn't it? No issues.
No, it has.
There hasn't been many of them.
No, Stephen Moore just could get his throws up a little bit higher, but they've been winning it pretty easily. That was a good one.
Genia to Foley, and Karevi stopped at his tracks. Genia running onto it is Coleman. That's a loose carry and a knock on both ways.
It's the first mistake Coleman's made tonight. He's had a brilliant game.
Yeah, normally a very good ball carrier. It's been a real feature for him throughout Super Rugby. Playing here in Perth for the Force, he's carried lots of balls. I think he had that breakout massive run early in his career against the Bulls in Pretoria a couple of years ago to score a try. And everyone was amazed by it. And he's carried it on into his test ground here and getting the opportunity to play. He's been very, very good, very physical around the ground.
Creevy hit him with a terrific tackle. Dan just got his shoulder right in a good spot. He's been terrific for Argentina tonight, Creevy.
And use it!
Sanchez to the short side. And poor tackle there on Tukulet having a run. Terrific run indeed, up towards the 22. Here comes Argentina. Cut out pass. Ortega, Desio. Leguizamon! And Cordero! Terrific footwork! Santiago Cordero scored a try against the All Blacks last week, and now he's got one against the Wallabies. Not the biggest man on the paddock, only 78 kilograms, but gee, he's got some footwork, and we've got a man down in back play. It's Leguizamon in there. Certainly showing a lot of concern for him.
It all started from that scrum where Cabelli got the ball out to Sanchez and we gave him too much room to run.
Just an overread from Bernard Foley. Defending in that position, you've just got to let the player take you on the outside. You can't risk getting stepped on the inside. And here it is, the Wallabies are defended so well, trusted each other. What's Samu Kerevi off the edge? Step in, didn't need to. James Slipper had him. Kerevi needed to stay out. Tonight, they've trusted each other all night. This is the first time where they breached the trust. Steps in, didn't have to. Leaves the man open. Slipper can't get there. Everybody covering. And then it's an easy finish for the winger.
Yeah, it was the hit from Kerevi that has hurt Leguizamon. Nothing bad about it.
Arms in the tackle.
Arms in the tackle, everything okay there. Just solid. He was out before he hit the ground.
This is a young man that started against Australia in the Rugby World Cup semi-final last year as well, Santiago Cordero. Now has 3 tries in the last 4 tests against Australia. Since that concern.
Since that 3rd try was scored by the Wallabies, they haven't looked like scoring a point. That was about, 15 minutes into the match. Just can't get their hands on the ball for any period of time.
Oh, he's on his feet. which is great news. Juan Manuel de Guzman, the most capped Argentinian in this match day 23. 71st Test match. He's now 6th on the all-time list.
Thanks, fellas. Thank you, fellas.
Well, you'll head to the sideline and you'd think it'd be a concussion test for the veteran back rower.
Well, he was saying to the referee then, have a look at the screen and see about the illegal tackle made on me. Well, sorry, champ. There was nothing wrong with it. It was a cracker. And
the conversion is over. And the Pumas are back at this one big time. 21 points to 13. Senatore is out there. So it's a permanent replacement. We'll just have to wait and see. Bernard Foley kicks down into the 22. Issa. Scott Co back out there.
Inside.
21 is also there, and that is Sean McMahon. So it looks like David Pocock won't be coming back. Sanchez, Foley sweeping at the back. Genia. 10-metre mark. Cooper to Foley, and now Dean Mumm.
Not now, no.
Wallabies need some momentum.
Counter-ruck good.
Oh, and the counter-ruck is good by Argentina. So there's been a real momentum shift, but then it's been stolen back by the Wallabies. And now Hooper. Moore. Palau, Karevi. Alan Petty. CO, Cooper. Coleman, Cooper, double round. Wide ball out to Hodge. He's going to kick and chase, but it's a mark at the back by the fullback. Larkin Tukalek.
No need for the chip. You've got to keep the ball in hand when you haven't had it for so long.
And this is good kick by Argentina, just forcing Israel Folau back into the 22.
He's inside, Nige.
And so that's a net gain by the Pumas. We got another man down in back play. It's the captain, Augustine Krevy.
Yeah, one stop, just replace him. Just wait for your captain to go off. Okay. Number 10.
Looks like he's coming from the field with the chest or shoulder injury.
Fellas,
That's
quick
bad
ones.
news for Augustine Krevy. So Julian Montoya, the 22-year-old reserve hooker, is out there. Most breakdown turnovers for Argentina in the Rugby Championship. He's been terrific. Very inspirational captain.
Came into the semi-final of the World Cup with a quad injury and left the field as well. So last couple of tests against Australia, not being able to complete them, but what a competitor he is around the field at the breakdown, phenomenal. His offload game, that little left-handed offload, unbelievable. Great footballer.
So Sanchez having a run into his own man, Gonzalez Iglesias.
Just into his own man, totally accidental. Only he meant to run into his own man.
McMahon came back on. Good work there. Poey on the sideline, you see him there.
Looks to be in a bit of pain.
Yeah.
I'll try and check his condition for you.
Crouch.
Tafu Pullata now. Doing a little bit of warming up.
Bind. Set.
Wallabies. Last test match on home soil for 2016. They've got 8 on the road after this. And having a run now is Genia! He's kicking ahead, he's chasing, and he's been knocked down after the kick, and Argentina will come away with it. Again, the kick not finding the sort of space they were hoping for.
Use it!
But a terrific run from Genia. And now the high ball is not out, and coming forward is Foley. So they just need to be patient now and throwing some faces together. Quade Cooper. Oh, and he's kicking across field for Karevi. And Karevi takes it, and he flings it out the back, and it's been picked up by Ortega Desio. So they're not controlling the pill, the Wallabies. And Sanchez and the Pumas looking to make them pay. Cordero. Simmons makes the tackle. And the penalty, a relieving penalty for Argentina.
Number 5. Tactically, the Wallabies have to think about their kicking game. Will Guinea great when he runs the ball like this. Ball in 2 hands. The little show uses his pace. He had Israel looming. He was boxed out. He wouldn't have been able to pass to anyone because he's boxed in. The Argentina defended well. Nothing wrong with that. Player stood his ground.
Yeah, of course.
But you'd be much better off in that situation, holding on to that ball.
Steve?
I've got clumps of my own hair in my hands here, just pulling them out.
You don't have much to give away, Phil, either.
I've got plenty more than you, Rod Caper. But just 2 great opportunities. Hodge down the left wing and Genia there, and just indiscriminate kicking.
And the crossfield panic kick from Quade Cooper as well, when you haven't had much ball.
No.
Just hold it for a period of time and get some confidence.
Night is over for Stephen Moore, the captain.
Hodge again, a big hit. It's a Reece Hodge turnover.
Terrific work.
You're going forward really quickly. Yeah, I know. But that's a law.
Well, 21 is out there, Phil. That's Sean McMahon. And the word we're getting from the touchline from the Wallaby camp is it is not an injury to David Pocock, just an opportunity now to give others in the squad some game time.
Okay, let's go.
Having a sabbatical next year, as we all know. Although he looks to be holding that right shoulder.
Yeah, he's had something strapped up. We talked about early in the game, but gee, Wallabies still got plenty of work to do to get this game in the bag.
21-13, 13 unanswered points by the Pumas.
It's a bit of imbalance.
Yeah, Herrera in that case dropped his bind.
This is about the mark in the test last week in Hamilton. The Pumas against the All Blacks. Argentina only 2 points down at that stage, but couldn't go the 80. So let's see how much petrol they've got in the tank in Perth.
Yeah, some question marks about the strength of the bench in Argentina as well.
Bind. Set. No.
Penalty to Australia. An opportunity to get the pill inside Argentina territory.
Reece Hodge will think about a shot at goal here.
No.
Call came from the sideline. Hodgie touch. I think he might have been a little disappointed. I think he might have wanted a crack at goal.
It's a good kick. It's a good finder. Wallabies now in the opposition 22. Chance to keep the pace of their line out up. Tafu said early, Coleman in. Good early throw.
Gania has to take it into the traffic. And McMahon, a good carry by the youngster. Sean McMahon getting very close. He's about a metre out.
Use the line.
Gania waits. Short side, throws the dummy. He's over. He has got a double.
On the line.
Try scored.
Try to Australia. He caught them napping like a thief in the night.
Yeah, nice. What about the impact straight away from Sean McMahon? The line-out play didn't come off like the Wallabies wanted it to happen. They were looking to do a similar play to what they scored off in the first half. But McMahon just charging through. Bumps 1, 2, 3, based out of 1. 4, Cordero couldn't put him down. Took about 4 in the end. And the dummy, straight through, got through Chaparro, Tatez Chaparro.
One of the things that you like a lot about Sean McMahon's play is his ability to keep his leg drive in contact. He has this ability to sink his hips, get the centre of gravity right underneath himself, as low as he can get it, and he keeps running at pace. It's a rare skill. He doesn't get caught falling forward. His hips sort of shift forward underneath him, and he just keeps going. He's so good in that contact situation, and that's why he beats so many players.
Will Genia's first test double, his 10th test try. Foley taking his time, and it's off the uprights. His first miss of the night. It's 26 points to 13, and he's going to allow him to kick it again.
Nicola, it's a rule.
Yeah, they raced up too quickly.
So do we count that as a miss?
No. He'll get another opportunity to kick the conversion.
Nicola, that's a rule. It's the rules.
They moved
no
too
charge
soon.
this time. No charge at all. No charge.
Nicolas Sanchez has the captaincy at the moment with Augustine Cravey off the paddock. And Foley gets another opportunity. He doesn't have to worry about the chasers this time. They're not allowed to run, and this one is out to the left anyway, so it goes down as a miss, and it's 26 to 13.
It'll be the same for you as well, Nick. The same for you if it happens.
Saying it was grounded. Short kick off, and Senatore
Just
lost
forward
forward.
though by 15. Caught it and then it went forward.
Falau knocking it on.
Hey, relax. Hey.
Has been a problem area for restarts for Australia.
I thought that could have gone either way as well.
Crouch. Oh, sorry. Crouch. Bind. Set. Yeah.
Shove coming from the Wallabies.
Nice work.
And they turn it over. One against the feed. And Karevi. Very good carry. And Genia just kicking the ball away again.
There's another clump of hair gone.
You'll be Nathan Sharp before too long.
And Sanchez then bangs it down. Wade Cooper allows it to bounce, sits up nicely, gives it to Falau. Oh, and then he just throws it into touch. So from an electrifying start, they have developed some wobbles, the Wallabies, but they still have it by 13. And now Dane Harlett-Petty.
Chance to run only one defender. He looked the wrong way for his support players. But they've got to be screaming at him.
Ball still live. Not now. As a middle.
So Julian Montoya throwing into the line out. Serving an apprenticeship under Augustine Cravey, and it's good work. Gabelli, solid tackle, McMahon. Gabelli. And the forwards having a rumble. Ramiro Herrera. To the left they go. Sanchez. Tackle from Pallotta now. They keep it alive, and Gabelli taken by Mum. And then Senatore. And now Issa! But it's been picked up by Reece Hodge, and he just bangs it downtown. So getting back there is Joaquin Tukelet. Moroni kicks. And it's a good one.
Quality kick.
They're winning the kicking duel.
Line's yours, Argentina, okay?
Really nice pick-up. Good hit there from McMahon.
Wallabies are going to need some impact off their bench. There's troops about to arrive on the field. And they do need a lift. They're a bit tired on their feet at the moment.
And Halapetty tries to grub up, and then it's into touch on the far side. They have scored 4 tries to none, but they're not doing themselves too many favours in the second half.
4-1. Cordero snuck one.
4-1, I'm sorry.
Hold on, fellas. Hold on. Who's in? Who's not?
But for a team that has scored 4 tries,
that
should be playing with more confidence. That's not straight.
Bit too much.
That was a lot too much, I reckon.
Scrum.
Yeah, that wasn't even close.
Thomas Gabelli not happy.
Just to the left, thank you.
Argentina will be after a big scrum here after they lost their own feed on the last time the scrum was packed.
It's been an excellent scrummaging night for the Wallabies. One poor one earlier on, but they've put some pressure on.
Straight to floor.
And they get the benefit of the penalty. And it's a nice position for Reece Hodge. Try to bang this down and see if he can find touch in and around the 22.
No, Foley.
Yeah.
Halfway through the second half in Perth. Australia by 13.
Okay. What's stop? Goal 1, 3 and 5, please. 1, 3 and 5.
So we have 3 changes coming on, and what an opportunity this is. What a moment for number 18, Tom Robertson. The replacement front rower. He becomes Wallaby number 898. He wins the race ahead of Lapeti Tamani.
Big hug from his Waratah teammate, Sakopi Kepu. Congratulating him.
22 years of age at the start of the season. Tom Robertson said to his dad, I'll be happy if I just get 30 seconds on the paddock for the Waratahs. Well, he played about 13 matches, and now here he is, a Wallaby.
Oh, great steal there from Argentina.
Yeah, Matera. He just reached over and grabbed it. And Cabelli is having a run. Rory Arnold couldn't drag him in. And the ball on the inside was knocked on. So both teams continued to have a crack, but the execution not coming off that time for Leonardo Senatore.
Yeah, the clean out just not good enough with that breakdown there. You'll see the big arm come out. There it is.
And 11.
Yeah, you can't send a crash ball from one of your midfielders and not follow a support player from the back line with him. Someone's missed the clean out opportunity there. I think it was Bernard Foley. We should have followed Samu Karevi in. First man in.
Just on here, fellas. Here we are.
Cleaned out. Landaho on now. Cabelli off. Amarosino also leading the field, and Orlando coming on.
Played pretty well, Cabelli, I thought.
Happy with that?
Good service. Giving his back space, or his ball runner space.
A fresh Matan Landaho is going to be a real handful, you'd think, for the Wallabies.
Bind!
It's their preferred starting combination in the halves. Landaho and Sanchez out there now. Good scrum from the Wallabies. Genia running from the base. Quade Cooper giving it to Folau, and he loses it as well. Just not happening. Israel not happy at all with that, obviously.
No, hasn't had a good night. Not a lot of opportunity for him.
Watch his stop. Watch his stop. No worries.
Some more changes for Argentina in the front row.
Same discipline on that ball. Okay, good first scrum.
Landaho to put it in.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Free kick against the Wallabies, taken by Landaho.
He's going to get him for knock back 10 metres, I think. No?
Yeah, not 10. Yeah, free kick. Second one, you got to stop. Hold on. There you go.
Take it now, and Tira runs into
No
slipper.
problem.
No problem with that tackle, according to the referee.
He's not on the ball. He's not on the ball. You're on the player, not the ball.
Sanchez. Facundo Issa. Short side they go. Ronnie.
Take it.
He does well to start the field of play.
Oh, great leg strength there.
Yeah, no worries. Wait till the left.
Herrera intercepted by Pelota now.
Still going. Great run, Taff.
Getting them on the front foot. Karevi. Good tackle, Issa.
Didn't do anything wrong.
Genia, Quade Cooper picks out Rob Simmons.
Come this way. Good work.
Genia, now Quade Cooper, no look pass, and running onto it is Michael Hooper. The inside ball has worked a treat again. That's what we're looking for from the Wallabies in the second half.
You could see them set up that move pretty early, Quade. We saw about 5 minutes ago having a chat about running lines. And he set it up pretty early with Hooper. Just needed a nice bit of quick ball to come their way, and it did. That was the Pelota now. He started it all off. They just couldn't get him down. Landaho was hanging on for grim life. And here comes the inside ball.
A little bit of front foot ball, and Quade Cooper's one of the best attackers, and that's what I talk about when he's squaring at the line. He just creates opportunities for people around him. And if he can consistently get his game back to that sort of play, understanding the depth, when he's flat and he's on front foot ball, he's one of the best in the world. Needs to find ways to create that opportunity for himself more often than not.
I think Michael Hooper got a bit of a shock. There was no one around him when he went to score. I think he thought the play had been called back or something. He slowed down and just jogged across the line to score that one.
Easy conversion attempt for Bernard Foley from in front. There's the extra two.
Sorry.
So
what did you say?
Has that taken the spring out of the step of the Pumas now?
Oh, Bernard Foley. He used to be such a young, handsome man when he came into the rugby in the early days. Look what it's done to your son, Mrs. Foley.
33 points to 13, crowd of 16,202 at NIB. And for Michael Hooper, that's 4 tries in 6 tests on Aussie soil this year. 4 tries in the season, the most by a Wallaby. That hasn't gone 10.
Not 10. No, it's off your player. Off your player. No, first play by Blue. First play by blue. Scrum.
We'll have a scrum on halfway.
First play by blue. First play. First one.
More changes being made by
It's a little bit
Kodo. And there is Augustine Creevy.
Nice one.
He's in a bit of pain. Looks like a pectoral he was holding when he came off.
These two teams will do it all again at Twickenham in London, October 8th. It's a match that Argentina is hosting. They've decided to take it on the road to Twickenham. Wallabies next up will be playing South Africa and Victoria in a fortnight. Now Wilkenia.
Thank you.
Gee, that's a good kick.
5 metres out. Wilkenia, he's been good again tonight, Rod.
Excellent. His game's back to the lofty heights of what we remember around 2011 when he was playing some great footy. He's been very, very good this season. Certainly the injury layoff. He's got that sharpness about his game. His passing is fantastic. Gets a lot of confidence from it.
So Argentina with some work to do, trying to get out of their own 22.
And away! Good work.
Sanchez, wide they go. Going to ground, Santiago Gonzalez Iglesias. Now it's the new man, Enrique Pierretto. Short ball, Senatore did well to pick it up, and he pops it over to Tuchel. And intercepted! But he was playing advantage. It's a spectator try only. We'll come back.
Watch it stop, and we've got a penalty, so watch it stop. Okay, just making sure.
Quade Cooper hit without the ball here, they'll get scrutinised.
Need to have a look at it. Yeah. I'm going to... Ben, can we put that on the screen, please? Yeah.
And we'll have a close look at that one. Taking the man without the ball.
Well, it just looked like nothing really, then a head clash.
Just back at that original phase. So we've got no ball and no arms. We all see that? Hang on one second. So clearly no ball, no arms.
That's correct, Wayne.
Yellow card for me.
Saying no arms in the tackle.
And Matthew, do we have a reverse angle looking from the dead ball line?
Well, his arms are
a little bit of
low.
room. We're just talking.
His arms are around the waist. One around his back, one around his waist.
Mate, so we've got no arms, no ball, yellow card.
That's correct, Wayne.
Thanks,
I agree with you.
TMO Ben Skeen agreeing with the referee, and so Australia.
No arms, no ball.
Second player to the bin.
Got nothing to do with me. They need to check. Okay, of course, just check. Nicholas, you can come straight back on if necessary. Head check.
And they're going to send Nicolas Sanchez for a concussion test.
Just make sure your 10's on again.
He knows he doesn't need it.
No arms, no ball.
Just unfortunate. Quade sort of committed to the tackle. It looked like Sanchez was going to catch it. Sometimes you're in that position, he pulled out.
Hold on.
There wasn't much in it.
Replacements.
But yes, there were no arms. It was late.
Hold on,
but Sanchez took a bit of the dive.
Yeah. Wilkenia comes from the field too. Nick Phipps on.
Lopeti Tamani out there as well.
Yeah, he's a new Wallaby. 899. 33-13. 12 and a half to go. Daho, Senatore, Tucalet, Cordero, taken by Howlett Petty. Montoya in midfield.
Great defence.
No advantage. Originally from the line out, you're all offside. Originally from the line out, you're all offside.
Yet another penalty conceded by the Wallabies.
From the line
There's
out,
the
wait
new
for the
man,
ball to be
Lopeti
passed.
Tamani. His brother Sithaleki played 18 Test matches for Australia. What a proud moment for the Tamani
20, wait for the
family.
ball to go, please. Oh, that's not what a bloke on the sideline said.
9th debutant this season, used by Michael Checker. It's a rebuilding year. And if it stays like this, Australia will go into 2nd spot on the Rugby Championship table. But they know the Argentinians are going to throw everything at them. Getting very close to the touchline, and the penalty goes against Lopeti Tamani. Yet another penalty conceded.
They'll work another line out.
Iglesias bangs it into touch, so here we go.
Wallabies won't go up this time.
Are you in or not? Are you in? In you come then. Full line up. No. Wait, fellas. Okay, you had 2 lines. 6 man. Yeah. Okay. No, he was just, he had 2 number 9. So 2 meters then. 6 man. Watch it.
Montoya. Good take, Senatore. It goes to ground.
Ball's knocked on this
There's
side.
a knock on in there by Argentina.
I think it was Sean McMahon made a great hit, or maybe it was James Slipper, to quickly bring the jumper to the ground, which disrupted the whole setup from Argentina.
Wasted opportunity.
It's actually Rob Simmons, I think.
Crouch. Bind.
Facundo Issa, the number 8 for Argentina, doing a lot of running again. Phipps puts it in.
Goal to knee.
And they concede another penalty.
Gee, that has absolutely gone the wrong way, that penalty.
Goal to floor.
Yeah, okay, for that maybe. Argentina grabbed that scrum across field before the ball was even in. Very crafty, good scrummaging from Argentina.
Fellas, no long placement. Just remember, no long placement. Take the ball.
You've got to
explain
reward that
but
dominant
make sure you
scrum.
don't
The
place it
Wallabies
long.
have been going forward all night.
Yeah.
The only reason they went to knee was Argentina faded, crabbed.
Senatore wins it at the back again. And again, the Wallabies needing to stop the onslaught. And it's been stolen. But the referee wants to check something.
Might have reached the line, might he, mate? Watch out. Might have reached the line, maybe.
He has definitely reached the line, but you need to check how many movements there was.
Yeah.
He definitely reached the line at the end.
Okay.
Could be 2 movements.
Well, is it a try? Or did he
We're just checking
have one too many
whether or not
movements?
He's grounded a ball, so try yes or no. Potential double movement.
Checking footage, try, no try.
He's definitely got a little bit of a crawl here. Oh, it's pretty good.
Definitely on the
And
line.
can I see that first angle? I see that first angle again, please.
Repelling, it's just a place of the arm. Yeah, I agree.
So the ball is on the line. Can I now see that in real time, please?
Facundo Issa, has he got his first try of the season? crawling on the
Think
ground.
you over decision.
Benny, we're seeing that as he's made a line and there's no cleared other movement, so award the try.
That is correct, Wayne. You may award the try.
Here we go. It is a try to Argentina, so they continue to ask the questions. And Facundo Isa has his first for the season, his third overall. And if anyone deserves a try for Argentina, it is the 22-year-old number 8, his 20th test match. 80 run meters, 12 carries in the last 3 tests. Most run meters and tackle bust for Argentina in 2016, and now he's got a try, and that's 2 tries against the Wallabies. And there's another 2 points from the boot, the trusty boot of Sanchez.
They're still in this, Argentina. 2 converted tries is all they need. They had all the ball, 71% possession in this match is just incredible.
Okay, when you're ready, mate.
And a penalty count, which has favoured them enormously, 16-5.
And Australia still a man down with Quade Cooper in the bin. 33 points to 20 after it was 21-6 to the Wallabies at half-time.
Well, in a team that moves the ball so quickly and so easily as the Argentines do, it's a real problem to have Quade Cooper off the field.
Head replacement's back on, is that correct? Fellas. The head replacement's back on. Thanks. Watch on.
Foley to kick. Plenty of space in front of Folau there, but they go deep.
And no pressure on the catcher. And Argentina now ready to mount another challenge from inside their own 22.
Forward wait. Thank you.
Need to touch on halfway.
Pretty good easy exit for Argentina.
13.
13 is coming from the field now for Australia's Samu Karevi. So Tavita Kurandrani is on there.
Had a really good game, Samu Karevi. Best test match yet.
Down it goes to Phipps. And running in midfield is Lopeti Tumani, the new man. On halfway, Foley dummying, and he hands it off to Reece Hodge over the 10-metre mark. Argentina just getting the timing wrong there, and now they concede a penalty.
An important penalty, this one, for the Wallabies. If they have a shot at goal here, it'll take them 17 in front.
Yeah, of course you can.
It'll put Argentina out of reach.
Yeah, right decision. They choose it wisely. Reece Hodge will step up. The long-range boot.
Just a reminder.
Certainly within his range.
It is within Bernard Foley's range as well.
Just trying to eat away some time with a man in the bin. 13 points of difference. What's really interesting leading into this match, that in Perth, all 9 tests played by the Wallabies in the West have been close, decided by 7 points or less. And when it was 21-0, we thought, well, it's going to be one-way traffic. This Argentinian team continue to improve after 3 or 4 years in the Rugby Championship. And Hodge, no problem with the distance. What's the direction like? It's over. So that will just give them a little more confidence about holding on. 36 points to 20. First penalty of the night for Australia.
It's a terrific height on their kickoffs.
Phipps back in the pocket is Foley. Picks out Tukalet. He goes high, and Foley couldn't get near it, so cleaning up at the back is Argentina. Across to Senatore, and the back row, or the locks. Shows he's got a few skills.
Hodge does very well there.
Simmons giving it to Arnold, who was hammered. And Slipper knocking it on. Lindaho. Cordero. Taken by Robertson.
Careful.
Lindaho. Senatore. Tackled by Tamani.
It's advantage over.
Advantage is over. Iglesias can tackle Rory Arnold around the bootlaces. Lindaho floats one out to Montoya. Throws the dummy. They don't fall for it.
Wallabies defensive still holding tight. They've got some work to do here, though. It's about 5-on-3.
And Sanchez got it away to Iglesias, and it's been picked up by Nick Phipps. Not held, so he buys a bit of time.
Okay, clearly tackled there. Come back for the lost forward scrum. Australia.
So it'll be a scrum. Australia put in. No advantage.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Thanks.
A couple of scything hits from Tamani in that little set.
Yeah, I noticed too.
Okay, scrum.
Nice little play there. Sanchez, here's the tackle. Yes, held. Had to release. Quade Cooper back out there.
3 minutes remaining in the test match. Australia still in that bonus point position. They've scored 3 more tries than Argentina. So they will move from the bottom of the Rugby Championship ladder into second.
Set.
New Zealand runaway leaders at the moment on 20. Australia will move to 9 if it stays like this. South Africa 6 and Argentina
Good for the last
5.
few. Let's try and get a little bit higher. Both sides. Okay, there we are. To the left. Go to the left, then draw that space. Thank you.
Argentinians, they don't mind travelling, do they? They're going to travel to London to play the Wallabies at Twickenham, and then back to Buenos Aires to finish the Rugby Championship with a match against the All Blacks.
Bind.
Well, in fact, it's the other way around. Buenos Aires first, and then London.
You're all leaning. Get your balance. You just totally lent into that. Fully engaged.
So they might have the last say, and they could deny the Wallabies a bonus point. But there's a knock on in there. And we've got a man down as well.
I don't know what Lindaho did then.
It's going to be a scrub. I've got
completely inconsequential.
Just tell you what I'm seeing. When I say bind, it's just a huge amount of force came through on that last scrum. So just from just that balance.
He ran into Lepetti Tamani's knee. That's what happened. He corks his leg there on Lepetti Tamani. Seen the size of those legs on Tamani. Jesus.
I think it's crap.
You've got to pick the blokes you run into accidentally. He's not the one.
Scrum, lost forward.
So we wait for the scrum to pack. Rod, your thoughts on the performance tonight?
Better. Clearly better performance from the Wallabies. Their defence has been outstanding. They're under significant pressure. We came into this game concerned about the threat that Argentina posed. Their inside ball, their ability to offload. The Wallabies adjusted, changed the way they defended and dealt with the threat. Well, had some good moments in attack, some soft moments in the game as you expect, but all in all a better performance than last week against the Springboks.
Ball eventually spinning out the back, and Cooper, after 10 minutes in the bin, having a run. Phipps across to Garandrani.
Two players that have just run straight and made a massive difference. Funny we got penalised when that happened to us. Anyway.
It's a soft turnover. Sloppy at the breakdown, and Senatore.
Gee, good step.
No tackle.
Not tackle there. Escarate. Cordero floats one.
Nice ball.
Over the top. Kramer got it out to Fioretto. Nowhere for Sanchez to go. So he has to buy the time and does it pretty well, and then he offloads.
Terrific play from Sanchez. Knocked on.
Buddha sounds in the background. Fioretto. And Daho. They went without it, but it's still in the hands of the Argentinians, and Moroni. They can deny the Wallabies a bonus point.
Go back up.
Penalty against Argentina.
Nick Phipps.
Nice and easy, fellas.
Terrific stuff. Kept fighting and fighting for the ball.
And so they've had to work hard on defence.
Fellas, there's some injuries, so I'm going to wait if you're not kicking it out. I'm going to wait if you're not kicking it out. Unless I bloke on. Do you want to kick it out or?
So Bernard Foley says we have had enough, and into touch it goes, and so the Wallabies retain the Puma Trophy, and they have beaten Argentina by 36 points to 20 after leading 21-6. At half-time, Samu Karevi, Alet Petty, Genia scoring the tries in the first half. Genia got a double with his second try in the second half, and then Hooper scored. So full-time, Australia 36, Argentina 20. And Australia leapfrog Argentina and South Africa and move into second on the Rugby Championship table. Still a long way to go, and that's a win. And their final home game for 2016. Another 8 matches on the road. Next up, it's going to be against the Springboks in Pretoria. And then they head up to Twickenham to take on the Pumas. And there's also one more game in New Zealand as well. The third Bledisloe at Eden Park. And then the Spring Tour later in the year throughout the month of November.
Quite a messy second half from both sides. Lots of turnovers and mistakes and penalties and all sorts of stuff.
What did you make of the scrum, line out, set pieces?
Again, improving, I think, better than last week. So we're seeing some solid improvement there from the depths that we were a month ago, maybe 6 weeks ago. And you can just see a little bit more confidence in each other out there in the. Particularly defensively, we saw that today. We saw a couple of bits of just good basic stuff that, you know, the straight running and the ball through their hands on a couple of occasions. Still not enough, but we saw those things reap significant rewards for the Wallabies, the basic stuff.
So all smiles for the Wallabies, 36 points to 20. And now we can go to Rod Cather.
Well, Steve, congratulations. Good win from the team. A lot of hard work in that first half, particularly in defence.
Yeah, mate, I was very proud of that part. The first half, I think we made close to 100 tackles, so there was a fair bit of work there, and the boys finished well there.
Argentina always a threat, particularly their offloading game, but dealt with it comfortably for the majority of the match.
Yeah, we knew they'd be like that. They keep ball alive, pop out of the tackle a lot, and they did that again tonight, particularly in that first half. So we spoke about it, and it was nice to come out and actually execute it.
Clearly a step up from last week as well. The team played with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, we started well, got out to a bit of a lead there, and that's always important in test matches. And, you know, we've won the last 2 games now, so that'll start to build some belief and confidence in the squad. We wanted to finish well, particularly at home. We're on the road now for the rest of the season, so we'll go again.
You were concerned, obviously, about the set-piece threat from Argentina, but tonight's scrum and line-out, very good.
Yeah, it was pretty solid. I think we worked a lot on that during the week, knew in this game it would be important. So, yeah, happy with how that went. But once again, we'll look at how we went and look to work on that again for the next test.
Congratulations on a good win and good luck on the road.
Thanks, Gav. Cheers, mate.
Also joining me will be Brumbies halfback and Argentinian halfback, Thomas Cubelli. Thomas, tough night for the team tonight. The fast start from the Wallabies really got them an early lead that you couldn't pull back.
Yeah, I think it was not our best start of the game. We were 10 minutes of the game and we were 21 points down. So I think there are some positive things. We showed good character, and we fought until the end. So we have to think on this and try to build of what we show in the second half.
A lot of travel in the last couple of weeks, obviously. It's never an excuse, but the legs seem to be gone towards the end.
Yes, I think it's not an excuse. We are well prepared for that. We really trained. We did a hard pre-season, so we are ready for that. I think it's more than a mental thing. We gave 20 minutes to Australia, and it is a top team, so we've been back in the result the whole game. So I think we have to work on our mental toughness.
Thomas, well done, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the rest of the championship.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, there's still a long way to go in the Rugby Championship, but he was spot on there, Thomas Cabelli. They gave Australia 20 minutes, and that was the opening 20, and they scored 3 tries. Samu Karevi, Dane Haylett-Petty and Will Genia. They got out to 21-0, but they were pretty gutsy to hang in there, and at one stage they had Australia under all sorts of pressure at 21-13, but it wasn't to be. And Australia, they retained the Puma Trophy, so now we can go to our presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out to NIB Stadium and witnessing another very entertaining game of international rugby. The 26th meeting between the Qantas Wallabies and Argentina. The 20th victory by Australia, winning this evening 36 points to 20. Before we present the Qantas Wallabies with the Puma Trophy, I'd like to introduce the official party. The President of the Australian Rugby Union, Dr. John Coolican, and the Honourable Colin Barnett, MLA, Premier of Western Australia. I'd now like to invite to the stage the Qantas Wallabies captain Stephen Moore and call upon Dr. John Coolican to present him with the Puma Trophy.
Thanks very much, and just to Argentina, thanks very much for the game. It's always a tough game, and we really respect you as a rugby nation. Every time we play against you guys, it's very tough. So safe trip home. We'll look forward to playing again in London in a couple of weeks. To our boys, particularly the 2 guys on debut, I'd just like to congratulate those 2 guys, Tom Robertson and Lepeti Tamani. We haven't always been able to win for our debutants this year, so it's a nice feeling to be able to celebrate this win for 2 guys on debut. And then finally to the crowd over here, this is our last test at home. And we're really happy that we can come out here in front of a big crowd here in Perth and have a win. So thanks again, and see you again. Cheers.
Well said, Stephen Moore. The Puma Trophy stays in Australia, and they won by 14 points at Twickenham in the Rugby World Cup semi-final against Argentina. But in Perth, in the Rugby Championship 2016, it's a 16-point victory. Australia 36. Argentina 20. We will take a break from NIB Stadium in Perth, and then we will come back and wrap it all up with our post-game show. So don't go anywhere.